Hey everyone, it's Ben. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use our step-by-step student acquisition system to build a six-figure online music studio without a website, Facebook page, email list, or even Instagram as well. We're super excited to dive into this. Make sure if you have not downloaded it already, get the studio, get the six-figure studio roadmap. Then you can go through all of this, but also you'll get actionable things to do by the end of this to make sure that you're on the right track with being able to create a six-figure online music studio. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So here's the key. We've talked about how to get high-paying students, but the key to get them consistently is to have your students and your parents, they need to trust you enough to see why you're the right fit for them. And that's the key, the trust part. The thing that we miss, that I see a lot of teachers miss with their marketing, is just building trust. Because a lot of times they're just using their Instagram, their Facebook, their website just to be like, buy my lessons, buy my lessons. But there's a huge chunk of people that don't know who you are or why they should buy from you specifically, right? They need to see why you're the right fit for them. So the marketing part and the content creation is going to be super important to be able to build that. So what's the solution? The solution is to have one simple system that builds trust with your students before they even speak with you, right? Before they even get on the phone and have that consultation call, they have to have trust built with you before they get there. And then two is that we need a repeatable process to consistently get more calls or trial lessons on your calendar without feeling salesy or pitching your lessons as well. Because I know how that can be, right? You post your little poster on Facebook. It has hey, lessons for all ages, DM me for prices, or it's $30 for 30 minutes or something like that. That's the old way. And this is kind of like a little diagram of what I've seen the old way and what I call the group way, which I'm going to teach you how to use a Facebook group to be able to get students. So the old way here that I see people use social media is oh, you have a post here, which leads to a website form that you might have. Maybe it's a little My Music Staff form with a bunch of things there. But then, you collect, I see teachers collect emails for an email list that they never send emails out to. But if they do, that email list could go to lead to a call. Also the website form leads to a call as well, which then leads to the close where we actually sign up the student. But here in the group way, it's a little different. So one, we get them into the Facebook group. So the first strategy is getting them into your own private Facebook group where you can have your own community, your own culture, and actually create the content and have one single hub where you post all of your content in there. And that's going to be your audience. From there, you can collect their emails, right? Collect their emails, which promotes your content that you post inside the Facebook group. But from there, the powerful thing about a Facebook group is that you can go out and message your group members and reach out to them, actually talk to them, so that not only is the trust being built through your content inside the Facebook group, but through the conversations that you're having with your audience. And that's important because this will also stand you out of the crowd, the 90% of other music teachers out there. 90% of music teachers, they aren't talking to their audience on a personal level. They aren't reaching out. And more importantly, they aren't being proactive with their marketing. And that's what I want to promote here. It's not just about the tools and the strategies, using a Facebook group, but I want to promote the habits and the productivity that we need to have when you actually have the tool. Because whether you do it the old way or the group way, if you're really lazy with it, if you're really reactive with your marketing, there's going to be so many opportunities that slip in the cracks. So the group way allows you to reach out to them on Messenger, which allows you to get them onto a call a lot quicker. And then from there, you can close the student, sign them up from the call. So we'll talk about why our Facebook group is so powerful first, because it's important to understand this so that we understand why is this the route that I'm taking you through, right? You might have seen some Facebook groups in the past, but why is it so powerful for getting music students? Well, one, they supercharge your trust and authority, right? It's a community with your ideal students. You can have students and parents come to you instead of you having to go to them, right? In terms of on social media, you don't have to join a bunch of different Facebook groups and post in all of them, right? You can just post in your own Facebook group, right? And then like also let me know if you've ever felt like you've ever joined a Facebook group and they have non-promotional rules, right? How are you supposed to talk about your lessons in there now? The nurture is much more powerful in a Facebook group because your content is more personal and you can connect with your potential students one-on-one. There's also more touch points that lead it to a greater impact, greater conversion rates, and a better buying experience overall. And then lastly, a group, it's kind of like an email list. It's an asset. Like the bigger and the more engaged it gets, the more your income and impact will increase as well. So I will just take you through what I call the group trust method, which is like a part of our student acquisition system. And I'll share with you the 3 systems that you need inside of that. And this is going to be really important because these 3 systems are not unique to the group trust method, right? These are the like 3 systems that every single student acquisition system needs. Whether you do use it on Instagram, whether you do use it on email lists, whether you have a website, you need all 3 of these systems. The thing about the group trust method that is different is that it makes these 3, it allows you to do these 3 things so much faster and so much easier. And this is the fastest and easiest way to be able to generate leads, nurture the leads, and convert the leads all in one place. So not only am I going to take you what the group trust method looks like, but I'm also going to show you the behind the scenes on my Facebook group with almost 4,000 members in it as of filming this video. I'm going to show you exactly how I do all that so that you can see the behind the scenes and that you can do it as well. So if you're ready to dive in, let's go ahead. We're going to talk about generating leads first. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up my Facebook group as well so that we know exactly what it looks like. So here's my Facebook group right now. We have almost 4,000 members in that in the span of like, I think 3 years. So the group growth there has been growing. It's been growing like crazy pretty lately. So I will show you exactly the 2 ways that I grow the group organically and also with paid ads as well. So right here, let me just go ahead and show you. So inside the group, we have this blue invite button. And just right here, this is our 2-step system. That's really it. So what you want to do is you want to add friends from other groups and invite them into your groups. So I'm going to put here, this is from other groups. So what you want to do is we're still going to join your like other Facebook groups out there. But what's important here is to figure out where are your ideal students hanging out. So whether it's like a music, another specific instrument group, or like a singer group, songwriter group, or like maybe you're looking for local students. So maybe you're looking for local parents. You want to join a local group. Going into those groups, you're thinking, where are my ideal students already hanging out on Facebook? The answer is always going to be in other groups. That's how we find new friends. So we're going to go in those other groups, and you don't have to post in there. You don't have to really engage. But what you want to do is you want to add friends from those to start growing your network. That's really the best way to do it and the easiest way to do it on Facebook. It's by just adding other friends. But from there, when they accept your friend request, simply just invite them into your group. And you can use this blue invite button right here to be able to do that. So you want to have a consistent way. What I usually just do is every new friend that accepts my friend request, the next day I'll send them an invite to my group. And that's it, right? I'm not going to be spammy or anything like that, but I'm simply just extending my hand with an invitation, and it's up to them if they want to accept it or not. Like it's not on me or anything like that. Super simple. But if your group is aligned to what they want, right, they're likely going to want to join it. So that's why it's super important that we just extend that invite to them. That's how I've been able to grow my group a whole lot organically without needing to pay any money. But what you can also do is on your actual profile, you can promote like an event or a freebie that's exclusive to your group on your newsfeed, or you can also do it in another group too if they allow that. So here's an example of what I've done. I got like 42 comments, and a lot of those comments were from people in my group already, but a lot of those comments were from people that were not in my group. And what I did is I can just send them the link to my group, tell them to join it, and then when they join it, they're able to access the video of the replay. So that's how I was able to get more group members as well without needing to just invite them. Even if they didn't accept the invite, maybe this is another way of how they join. But those two are the two biggest ways to grow the group organically that I found work the best and work the fastest. But also, if you have maybe less time and more money to be able to invest, you could also, I've also used I've also grown the group using paid ads too. And it's really, really simple. So I start off with a simple ad budget. Right now, I'm obviously spending more than this right now. But simple ad budget, I would say start off $5, $10 a day just to see what works. But it's really simple. I just have my ad copy here, which goes to a Facebook lead form. So if you don't know what that is, just look it up, Facebook lead form. It's a really great way to be able to run Facebook ads without needing a landing page. It's just a form that pops up directly inside of Facebook. And then after that, it just leads to the group. That's it. I've been able to grow my group to almost 4,000 members using that method as well, along with the organic strategies. That's been able to help speed up the group growth, but also get more calls on the calendar a lot quicker. So right here, I've provided you with a daily task checklist here. And this will probably make more sense as we go along further along, but that's something that will help you just know, what do I need to do every single day when I need to start generating leads. So right here, first, what I tell my teachers to do is send 50 friend requests. So if you had your Facebook profile for a long time, typically sending 50 friend requests is going to be super easy. If your Facebook profile is somewhat new, I would probably take that down so that you don't get flagged by Facebook. But what I do is send 50 friend requests every single day, probably take you around 10 to 15 minutes max. From there, anyone that accepted your friend request the day before, I will use the blue invite button to invite them into the Facebook group. And then from there, I will check to see if there's any pending membership requests. So right here, I got 2, so I'm gonna have to go in there and accept them. And then after that, I also have a welcome post inside of my group. And the welcome post is important because rather than me having to post a bunch of different welcome posts every single time I get a new group member, if I do that, the group will get spammed. This is like one main fundamental welcome post that people can look at. And all I do is simply just tag people in the comments right here as well. Super, super simple, so that the comment is the same, but the comment, I post multiple different comments per batch of people, but the group is, the welcome post is the same as well. So if you're looking for an example of that, make sure to join my Facebook group. You can see the examples in there. You can see exactly what I'm doing as well. So I will tag them under the welcome post. And then from there, I'll send an intro message to every single new member as well. And I will show you exactly what I send so that you have that, so you can send that to your group members as well. So make sure you stick around. Because the next part here is nurturing the leads. So important part about building the trust, right? You can't just have people join the group and they just sit there. You got to provide them value. You got to give them, like something that is valuable, that's worth staying inside the group for. So what you need to have a consistent content schedule that brings in calls, cash, and clients. And that's the important part. I bolded the important part, the consistent one. You don't have to post every day, right? I only post around 2 to 3 times per week inside my group because I care more about quality than quantity. So you want to have a balance between not so much quality where it's taking you a long time to create posts and then you end up never posting, but you also don't want so much quantity that it's almost like the boy who cried wolf, right? If you start putting out so much content out there and people don't really find it valuable, the next time you put out content, they're not going to click. They're not going to want to watch it because they're like, oh, Ben only puts out like just spammy content. I'm not going to check this stuff out anymore. But for me, I want to drop bombs. I want to drop bangers into my group. I want to make sure that every single resource that you check out is super valuable, just like this one. That's why I want to give you everything inside of this video. So what do I post though? That's another question. So I post a mixture between like student success posts. So I'll post things about my clients, like successes that they've had, wins, just really celebrating and celebrating their progress. I'll also post action posts. So those are posts that have a call to action at the end. So An example of that might be this, right? It's like, hey, I'm promoting a freebie. Comment below if you want me to send it over. Or hey, I'm having a new offer that that is coming out. Comment below if you want more info on it. And then I'll also post like live streams as well. So what I'm really trying to do though is I'm trying to have an asset focused group. Like I'm not just having a group here to have people socialize. That's not the purpose of my group. You've probably seen it there, like not a whole lot of people post in there, and that's totally okay with me, because what I'd rather have people do is go in my group, consume some education, consume some knowledge, and get some value out of it. I'd rather have a really valuable group rather than a really social group. And that's the type of model that I would want you to have, especially if you're trying to monetize your group and have like, and actually be able to sell your lessons. It's important that people understand the focus and the culture of the group. The culture of my group is not just to socialize or just talk, but it's to go in here, learn how to grow your studio, use the tools in here, and actually get results. Like that is my goal. So knowing that though, again, make sure to join my group, because not only is am I posting content in there like consistently, but you can take a look at some of my content, see what's working for me, and be able to model that for you as well. Plus, if you want to post any content, any copywriting in here for feedback, feel free to do that, and I can be able to give you some feedback on that as well. So here's just some examples on what I posted. Student success one, right? I'm showing the social proof. What I do here works. You want to do the same for your students as well. But notice how if someone comes in my group and they have no idea who I am, just by taking a look at these pieces of content, they know, oh, this person knows what he's doing. Oh, he's been working with people before, and I want to talk to him to see if he could possibly help me, right? That's the type of feeling that we want to invoke when people join your group. So the nurturing part, super important, but again, it needs to be consistent. So make a standard for yourself. It's going to be like, hey, I'm going to post 2 times per week. I'm going to post 3 times per week, and actually stick with it, right? That's the important part. I've been sticking with posting in this group and growing it, putting value in this group for 3 years. And I've seen other people try to replicate what I do, who have come and gone, who have not really stuck around because they weren't consistent. So you need to stay consistent with that as well if you want to be successful. Kind of like practicing. And then right here, I'm not just going to leave you off with like, hey, go make content and just do it. I'm going to leave you with some more frameworks here and some more rules on what exactly I teach my own clients to do with content. So 3 rules to posting transformational content. 1, less is more. Quality over quantity, but you also want to take imperfect action, just like I said before. Consistency is key. People might not engage with your content, but they notice. And that's the important part. They notice you showing up consistently on their newsfeed. I've had so many teachers sign up with me and say like, oh, I've been following you in the shadows for years. I just feel like, now's the first time I wanted to actually talk to you, which is awesome, right? They've been watching me for years, or for months, and possibly years too, because I've been doing this for years. But especially if you're in the shadows here, don't be afraid to chat. Like I'm here to talk. I'm a friendly dude. And then lastly, post with a purpose. So each post that I create moves the needle closer to the sale. I'm not just posting content out there just to post, right? I'm posting with a purpose. And again, like I said, I only post 3 times per week. So this is my simple content like strategy. So I'll post a weekly live stream or a training or workshop or masterclass. I'll provide some sort of value, like where people can just come in, get pure value, and come out. You see that a lot in my group. I also have a call to action post or a belief shifting post. And those are the posts that are kind of like, let's see if I can find it, like this post, where someone can come in, read something that I've written, but what I'm really sharing here is my beliefs. What do I believe? And the people that believe in this as well, they'll let me know that it shares with those people that believe in the same things as I do. It will make them earn more trust with me as I start posting more of this consistently as well. And then the last thing is student success posts. So feel free to model that for yourself as well. Like, right, release some sort of training video, lesson video that will help your audience, call to action post or a belief shifting post, and then student success post as well. So from there, after we've nurtured the lead, we need to convert the lead. So the main goal with this though is to book calls. We're not selling at all. You'll see in here, I'm not selling anything. I never, put out my prices. And the reason for that is because I want to book a call with someone first. And the important part with that too is that I'm not just here to sell, right? I'm here to make sure, can I help this person that I'm talking to first before I talk about the prices? And that's something that you should do as well. You're going to have a much better buying experience with your customers and with your students if you're able to do that. So what you want to do though is message everyone that joins your group. So everyone, including new group members. You still want to message members that you've had a call with, members that you just haven't had a call with yet. Like, talk to everyone, because the conversations are going to lead to calls. But in order to do that though, you need a script in place. And a script is important because it's a system that will save you time and energy. We're not just going to go out and just like, I'm not just going to go out and tell you, go talk to people. But I'm going to give you a system on how is this going to work, and what do you need to find in those conversations in order to leverage that and bring them into a call. But at the end of the day, you're a human, right? Students will get on a call with you if you build rapport and trust, right? We're not just like running a business here, right? You're human. Because think about like the way you treat your students before they sign up with you. They're going to think that that's the way you treat them after they sign up with you. So you need to be consistent in your interactions before and after. That's what I always think of. That's the same for me. Like, I treat people inside the group the same way I treat my clients, with love, care, and respect. So you want to do the same thing as well. Last thing, actually not last thing, because we still got a lot to go over. But the next thing is the conversation script framework, which I want to show you right here. So the goal with reaching out to our group members is to start a conversation that allows you to ask questions to better understand their situation. So there's many different variations on how this framework can go. So I've given you like a very high level overview, something that will work for most conversations, which is going to be super helpful when you're just starting out. And I'm going to break down the script to show you exactly what do you need to find. But it starts off with this. You got an intro, got a question to ask about the current situation, their goals and their visions, problems, challenges, and then ask them to book a call. That's really it. It's really simple 5-step framework. The thing that is most important though is this one, is what we're getting into, the problems and challenges. So if you were to find anything inside of your DM conversations, what you need to find is a problem and a challenge. And that's important because like there's no point in getting on a call with someone. There's no point in signing up a student if they don't have a problem that they need solved. And that's what we want to do. We want to be problem finders, right? We just don't want to sign up students just because we need to collect a paycheck. We're here to solve problems for our students. So they need to have a problem in the first place. But one, we can't just go out and just ask about people's problems, right? The trust hasn't been built enough to ask a little intrusive question to be able to do that. So one, we need to have an intro. So usually the purpose of the intro is to ask permission to ask more questions, right? And there needs to be a reason why. Hey, thanks for joining my group. Is it cool if I ask you a few questions to see if I can help in any way? Right? That's how I would say it for any of these questions. Important part here, don't copy what I say, right? Because you're gonna copy what I say. You're gonna do it for a little bit, and you're gonna be like, oh, this system sucks because it feels so weird doing that, right? The reason why it feels weird is because you're copying my voice. Like I'm just a 23-year-old dude, and if you're like way older than me and you don't talk like anything like me, it's gonna sound weird. So talk the way that you would talk. Revise a script to how you would say it, or how you would text someone. Because what's more important is the why behind the what. Understanding why does it work. So the first part works because one, we're giving context to why are we reaching out to this person, and then also you're asking permission to ask more questions, which will frame you to allow you to ask these questions a lot easier. The next thing here is asking about the current situation. Hey, what are you doing right now to like work on your piano skills? What are you doing right now to prepare for auditions. Hey, what are you doing right now to like, book more gigs? Like, that's the current situation question. What are you doing right now? So asking about the current situation right here. And then next asking about their goals. Say, hey, what are you wanting to achieve in the next like 12 months? What are you wanting to achieve when it comes to like your songwriting career, right? But look what I've done with my hands here. The current situation over here, goals and visions over here, the desired situation. What we have done essentially is create a gap. And that's what's going to allow you to ask the question of the problems and challenges really easily. Because now you're figuring out, you're almost like figuring out together. Hey, so then if you're here and you want to get to here, what's stopping you from getting there? Right? What's in between that is not letting you get to your desired situation? Then from there, you can ask them, hey, would you be open to having a quick chat about getting to this goal and solving this problem? It should be easier than on Messenger. And that's the key there. You want to use the problem to leverage it to get on a call, because what the call is pretty much is like an extension of that conversation. So how you want to leverage it to, how you want to position the conversation on Messenger to getting on a call, simply thinking about a bridge. So we don't want to like have a whole full-blown conversation on Messenger, because one, you don't want to be texting someone back and forth for like a whole day. Two, the other person doesn't want to do that as well. So what I usually say is, hey, it'll be easier on a call to talk about it. Plus it'll be faster. And then also, like, the purpose of this Messenger conversation is just to get someone off of Facebook. That's it. And into a more appropriate selling channel, which is over the phone, which is maybe over a Zoom call. So it's just getting someone from Facebook, using that as a bridge to get someone onto a call so that it's easier to talk about the problems to see if you can help. Right? So that's the script in itself. If you have any questions, feel free to ask a question inside of our Facebook group or ask a question to me directly. But yeah, you can have all the tools right here, like I said before. But if you don't have these three things, you won't be successful. If you don't have action, right? If you're not taking action consistently, but also you're not optimizing those things, if you're not trying to improve, if you don't have any of these things, you won't get any better. And it's like how our best students take the time to practice and do it every single day. So knowing that though, I want to show you how, like, not just like what it looks like for me, but also what it looks like in action as well. So in this video here, if you click the link right here inside of the roadmap, you get a chance to see Jorge's story. And Jorge was able to double his income to $5K a month in only 3 months using the student acquisition system. So not only was he able to grow his group to over 1,000 members now as of filming this video, he started signing up higher paying students more consistently, right? He's able to get more calls booked on the calendar, but more importantly, he has the confidence on getting new students on demand, right? If he doesn't want to get any students at the moment, he doesn't have to. But when he wants to turn on the machine again, he knows exactly how am I going to get a call on my calendar. He's going to use the exact steps in here with generating leads, nurturing leads, and converting leads as well. So you can click here. It'll go directly to Jorge's interview that you can listen to his story. But also, I want to make sure you are able to take action as well. So here's a chance for you to create your own Facebook group. So you can click here to copy this to your Google Drive as well. Actually, you already have a copy of this, so you technically don't need that. But what you can do here is you can click this link to create your own group. It goes directly to Facebook to create your own group, which is super quick. Also here is to join my group if you need some examples as well. But what you want to do, I don't have to go through this real extensively because it's still pretty self-explanatory. But one, name your group. Two, edit your group settings. Create a description. I give you a little framework on how to create the description. Edit your membership questions. I've also given you examples on what my membership questions look like. Your group photo, need a cover photo, make it look nice. Create your welcome post as well. So here's an example of my welcome post. And I believe this should directly link you to the latest one here. But if it's not the latest one, if I create a new one in the future, make sure to be inside my group so that you can see what that latest one is. But it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like hey, welcome them in, introduce yourself a little bit, tell them why you created the group, what can your members expect, right? Hey, new trainings, resources that I'm going to provide, and then next steps on what they should take. right? Whether that next step is like, hey, look out for my message. Hey, download this free resource, or hey, book a call here. That might be the next step. And then you want to attach some sort of media, like a video, a picture on top of that as well. And then make sure to tag new members in the comment section as well. You can take a look at mine if you need to model that. But lastly, if you want to automate your group acceptance process, this is only optional. This is helpful if you have like an email list. Take a look at GroupKit. Don't need to explain that too much because they have a lot better resources on there. But you can click here to get a referral link to get like a 14-day. I don't know if it's 14-day or 30-day. Like click the link to see see what pops up there. But that will allow you to take a look at GroupKit, which is a software that I use. You get a 14-day free trial. Super cool. Try it out if you want to. You don't have to buy it. But lastly, daily task checklist for you to know exactly what to do. And then the conversation script framework here. Again, the goal of the conversation, the goal is to start a conversation that allows you to ask questions to better understand your group member situation. Do not copy the script word for word. I want to make sure it sounds like your voice. So you want to make sure the script is adjusted to make sure you sound authentic. So here it is again. After you create the group though, I'd love to offer you a gift, right? Request a free Facebook group review. So here you can join our free Facebook group. Again, make sure you're part of it, but message the link to your message the link of your Facebook group to me right here. I was gonna say post in the group, but if a bunch of people do that, it's gonna be too spammy. So we don't want to spam the group. You can send the link, either private message me directly, or you can click the link here to go to my messenger link. If that doesn't work, just use your brain, find the button to message me, but message me with the link to your group, and then also just be like, hey Ben, can I get a group review? I'd love for you to check it out. I'd love to review your group. I'll join it, and then what we can do is schedule a quick call where I can be able to give you some feedback to your group real time. So that's my gift to you. Make sure to take advantage of it. But next, we will go over the how to never limit your studio's growth using the hybrid model. So make sure you check that out. And I hope you have enjoyed this training video here. So I'll see you in the next one.